Good afternoon, students. Now, after looking for a physiological effect, today we will move on to indications of laser therapy. So, if you see the basically we have divided indication in the three part, that is a dermatological indication, or pain, inflammatory, or sports and orthopedic indications, and neurological indication. Okay, so we'll go each in detail. So first one we'll see about a dermatological indication. So dermatological indication is includes all kind of wounds and all kind of ulcer. Most commonly the diabetic ulcer and pressure sore or wound, any kind of unhealing injuries, most commonly in all kind of sensory disorder like diabetes and all, where the wound is getting delayed or because of number of reasons the wound is getting delayed. So where the laser play a great role in the wound healing. Now we'll see how it will be affecting or how it will be using. So around the wound, if it is a deep sitting wound, then the base will have a more amount of doses compared to the periphery. Okay, and in the ulcer also we have to do the same. Base will have a double dose and the periphery have a half dose or a single dose will be given to improve the all kind of wound healing and all kind of ulcer, including venous ulcer or any kind of pressure sore ulcers and all kind of wound injuries, including diabetic wounds. This is how it is being used in the dermatological condition. Next will be it will be used in the pain and inflammatory conditions of all the orthopedic and sports conditions. So it will include all kind of back pain, all kind of inflammation like tennis elbow, plantar fasciitis, all kind of sprain, all ligament sprain, all muscular strain, all kind of capsular injuries like frozen shoulders, where whenever the acute pain or chronic pains is there and inflammation is going on, where it will be used. So we see in the all kind of pain and inflammatory conditions, so all kind of the ligament sprain will have a same role. Back pain, all kind of bone injuries or post traumatic injuries, or a multiple pain, when other modalities or other remedies that's not available, then pain will be laser will be acting as a bone to it and to control the all kind of pain and helping in the regeneration, including capsular pain or bursitis pain. The third one will be the neurological conditions or neurological indication, where all kind of nerve injuries are there, mostly trigeminal neuralgia, myalgia paresthetica, or any kind of nerve injury, diabetic neuropathy, where because of the nerve injuries there is a burning kind of sensation or tingling sensation around the distribution of the dermatome of affected nerve, and which leads to irritations and quality of life is altered. So to improve that, neurological certain amount of neural control pain as well as superficial sensory nerves can be helping with the regeneration while using the class 4 and above laser. And the doses and it will be depends on a subject to subject and the site of the lesion, how much it has been affected. It will vary from individual to individual. Now we'll see how the what kind of the doses will be there, how the doses will be counted. So unit will be joule per centimeter square, that is the density of it, and measurement will be done output, that is in the milliwatt into time, that is in second, and divided by the beam surface area, that is the area of irradiation where the laser will be delivering, either in the point laser or in case of an cluster lasers, the area has to be covered. And this is how the joule calculation or doses will be calculated for individual condition. There are certain guidelines or doses has been set by the different manufacturers. So we will see a common one, that any kind of inflammation doses will be 2 to 5 joule per centimeter square, frequency will be 5000 hertz, and area over the inflamed tissue directly. In case of a neurological indication or neuralgia, 10 to 12 joule per centimeter square, frequency will be continuous along the course of the nerve from the where the root is there. In kind of all kind of acute pain, then it is a 6 joule per centimeter square, frequency will be continuous and over the tender point. In case of a chronic pain, that will be double the dose of acute, that will be 12 joule per centimeter square, continuous frequency and over the pain area. And soft tissue injury in case of an acute injury, then 4 to 8 joule per centimeter square, less than 100 Hz, and over the exactly the lesion. In case of a chronic cases, double, that will be the 12 to 16 joule per centimeter square with continuous frequency over the lesion. In case of all kind of tendinitis or bursitis, then 2 to 10 joule per centimeter square with 5000 Hz frequency and over the inflamed tissue of ligament, inflammatory of tissue of tendon or as well as bursa. Now trigger points, that will be 5 to 12 joule per centimeter square over the treatment part and continuous the frequency. In case of wound injuries, acute wounds at joule per centimeter square 700 Hz and in and around the bed of the wound. In case of a chronic, then obviously on in a bed it will be double 12 joule per centimeter or around the periphery or the borders it will be 1 to 6 joule per centimeter square around border of wound. In case of a joint disorders, 0. in fingers, that will be 0.5 joule per centimeter square, major joint 6 joule per centimeter square, and spine 12 joule per centimeter square over the joint space. So this is how the different amount of joule will be calculated, doses will be calculated, and we have to start with the procedure, treatment procedure, preparation of the patient, preparation of apparatus. First of all, we have to check preparation of the apparatus. All the leads are connected well, no leakage, and power cable should be actively connected to the machine and ensure the correct power supply. And we have to set the doses according to it is required. In case of a preparation of the patient, we have to check it cannot be given with any kind of covering or layer like a cloth or tissue paper or something. It has to be directly given over the skin only. There are two different methods, that is a contact method and non-contact method. That is a different criteria for that, but it does not, it will be directly given over the cloth or something like that. So area should be clean with saline water or hot water, or apply a certain amount of ointment, amount of this antiseptic elements to all kind of skin resistance should be removed, and if it is any kind of gel or spray has been removed, that has to be removed to reduce the skin resistance. And the particular laser cluster, either is a single point or a cluster point, that has to be directly applied over the skin. In case of a contact skin, the complete head will be attached to the body tissue or skin over where it is affected. In case of a chronic, in case of a non-contact one, it will be applied with a certain amount of gapping, or nowadays advanced probe are coming that itself have a certain amount of gapping in between, and the beam is coming from inside, so the space will be maintained accurately around 1 inch or half inch depend on the different head, and that will be applied over the region, and it should be continuously moving one, so there will be no chances of burns or irritation to the skin over the, in case of a dosage is not bear by the skin.